cheddar flow. It's an options flow tool that I use to look at which way the options are moving. This tool actually has great features. They actually have historical data, so you can go here, click on historical flow. So I do use this tool, and I'll show you how I use it. So I'll go back to the previous month of February, and I filter, and I want to keep premium above 200,000. The reason for that is I want to see where big money is. I want to see all option orders that had a premium of over 200,000. I don't really care about smaller orders, right? And then size, I leave it the way it is. And then I want to see above the ask, okay? So right here. So this is what I want to check, above the ask. So if you know about bid and ask, there's going to be a video coming out. I'm going to be explaining what bid and ask is. You'll see the significance of the ask, why we want to select that. So stay tuned for that. So if we select this and we click done, now these are all orders that are in from February till March 15th. And what I want to pay attention to right here, the sentiment is bearish, okay? How much call flow we have versus put flow, okay? And then that's what we want to see. And you can filter this by individual stocks as well. Like for example, say I want to see the flow on Tesla. Right, Tesla, there's 70,000 put flow versus 68. But also what I want to pay attention to is the strike price that's selected and when it was selected. Right, so spot. So this is where the strike was selected 750. This is where the stock was trading at, right about here. So I want to see the significance of that. So this was done today at 12:01 p.m. And then what I want to pay attention to is where is Tesla trading right now? Like, how can this help me in this current moment? So if we look at Tesla's chart right now, right? Tesla right now is trading in this upper range, right? If we go to the hourly, if you guys seen my video on supply and demand, which I will provide the link at the end, you will know why we must wait, right? So what I want to look for is when a stock reaches a critical level, let's just say it reaches this level here, I want to see a lot more call flow coming in and above the ask, so which will give me an indication that there's more buyers interested in the derivatives market, right? So if there's not a lot of buyers interested here, what that's telling me is that maybe this move up isn't that strong. So it can help me protect my fake out, right? So let's just say I want to filter out in another manner where I want to focus on just calls, okay? Right, so if we just look at calls here on Tesla with a premium over 200K, we can see there's some that came in today with a strike price of 780, spot is 787, so this is what the stock was trading, and this is not really that great. However, this is very interesting right here, 1500 strike price at 774, and so this is above the ask as well, so this is interesting. So someone opened an order around September that they could possibly see Tesla back to 1500 level. So we'll see how that helps out. What else you want to pay attention to is volume versus open interest. I like to focus on the shorter time frames. I don't really care about September because I'm a day trader. So what I want to see is volume high and open interest low. If volume is really high, that means that strike price is getting hit a lot, right? So for example, this strike price right here. So we see March 18th, 800 calls, right? This was right at this was 3:21 p.m. On the 14th of March, right? So on the 14th, which was yesterday, if we just have a look at this, so somebody knew here in this price point that that strike price would be significant, and then if you can see, we did go to 800. So this is where you can find these orders that can tell you that, like, this order was a big tell, like somebody knew something, right? So they put in about 279,000 worth of premium sweep. It means that you want to get filled pretty fast, okay? So this is a great tool to have by your side, and you want to pay attention to these orders. And then another important thing is we want to pay attention to this, right? 321 is when the price came in, right? So this is when the trade came in at 321. What we also want to look for, so around here, roughly in this area, this is an important level of demand right here, right? So if a call flow came in that big, so that means buyers wanted to hold this level, right? So that's what that means, right? So you can clearly see how that made an impact on this price point, right? So this is why cheddar flow is what I use to find that, but I don't really just focus on just calls. I like to focus on calls and puts and see what's going on with that particular stock, right? So for example, today, let's just say I leave it to today's flow. Now, if we go to options, order flow. Okay, and here we go filter, same thing, premium over 200,000, and I want to focus on above the ask. Done. And this is about the bearish sentiment we're getting here. Okay, so everybody was talking very quick about how Tesla could go up and market's gonna recover, in front of the FMLC tomorrow, right? So, like I said before, if you understand supply and demand, you'll know right now Tesla is in a consolidation. It's got supply zone right about here, and then it's got another tight range, which is right about here. So it's got quite a bit of room that it can test on the upside, but is it ready to really go on the upside? We don't know yet, right? So it's important to pay attention to the flow here. The flow so far on Tesla, the very recent one, is consistently bearish. We got 750 puts coming in. We got triple Q and SPY that are getting hammered, right? So this is what we want to pay attention to. So this can really help determine, and give you an idea which way the price could possibly go, right? And the other great feature that they have is dark pool levels, and you can search up some individual symbols, like for example S&P 500. There's big sizes here that were hit. So if we look at the 8th, right, SPY had a 1.6 billion order at 419, right? So this is really huge right here, and this could be an indication of buyers coming in. There was 15 prints that were hit, so the dark pool levels really help as well. And you can do chart analysis in here as well. So they do have a really great feature in here where you can just do your chart overview. Also, they have a flow indication. You can do this week, you can do last week. So let's just say we want to go this week, and you'll see a bullish flow indicator, bearish flow indicator, right? So bullish flow is Apple, bearish flow, right? So you want to compare the bullish and bearish, and you want to see top sectors right now, right? This can also tell you top sectors and most active, right? This is a great tool. It tells you a lot of information, and then you can watch those stocks based on those particular levels. So you always want, as I'm a day trader, I want to be focused on what is most active and what is happening, right? So I don't want to focus on what has happened, right? So they also have a tool called unusual volume, where you can find options volume that's substantially high, like KWeb. Then you can compare the calls and puts, and this is where it can tell you a lot about the flow. So bull 33%, bear 31%, puts on the bid. It gives you a lot of details. The way I use it is, like I explained to you guys, I only focus on the premium over 200,000 and above the ask, okay, and I focus on everything, right? If you want and just focus on stocks, you can do that as well. You can just highlight stocks so it doesn't show you ETF flow, right? So let's just say we hit stocks, right? It tells you then what stock flow is coming in, right? And this is important to watch as well, right? I love to watch this when it comes to important levels, such as supply and demand zones, and it can really help me determine what options markets thinking and which way they could possibly want to go. So this helps me with my analysis with supply and demand. So this is a great tool to have in your arsenal if you're a day trader.